Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gore column in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. With us today, does he need an introduction? I don't think so. But for anybody, it's new because we're always finding new audiences. You've got Rob Anson, who's the CEO of FOBI AI, trades in Canada under FOBI. For our friends in the US, FOBIF. For those who are new to the story, the company is a global leader in digital wallet pass technology that delivers real-time data analytics and engagement through artificial intelligence to drive customer activation and engagement in stores, stadiums, arenas, venues, and so on and so forth. They've taken that technology and created one hell of a technology stack that if we talked about it alone would take half an hour. But let's talk about some of the third-party validation that they've got behind them. Strategic alliance with Nielsen IQ to transform the retail sector. And that was a quote, to transform the retail sector out of Nielsen IQ. One of the most significant partnerships in history with NTT Data, the world's fourth largest telecom company. TELUS here in Canada has graduated from a marketplace agreement to a reseller agreement where TELUS is reselling FOBI's solutions to their business clients. On and on. If I would feel like the Oscars right now, if I read off all the attributes, but we'll skip through to the fact that there are two press releases that we're going to talk about today, an acquisition and a deal with Amazon. So Rob, welcome back, my friend.
Hey, George, thanks for having me.
So when you said in our last interview, George, we'll be back in December, man, you meant it. Two big press releases, and we're sitting in the first week of December. So before we go into some of the details, man, how well are things going at FOBI? How happy are you with the progress?
Well, things are going great on the business sense for sure. We're running 100 miles an hour right now. I've had a lot of shareholders wish me a great holiday season and take some time off and whatnot. We're not done yet. Like the year, there's 3 weeks left here, so we're pushing as hard as we can. Everything we have is fully relevant and front and center. It's not just us pushing, it's our big clients that we're in negotiations with that are looking to close deals ASAP due to deadlines and year end, of course. So no, there's no time off yet. We'll get a bit of time off here between the break for a couple days, but it's nose to the grindstone.
And you've probably got a double whammy going on, right? You've got George.com clients who want to get deals done before the end of the year because they want to get under budget, right? They want to get it into their final budgets. But you've also got clients who are saying, Rob, we're ready to go with you, but we're going to deal with you in January, February, because we get our new budget and then we're going to allocate you at that time. So are both happening right now? And is that why the pipeline seems to be filling up?
Well, as I've said before, I mean, the budget is a big implication on everything. So some of these things, yes, you're exactly right. The deals are already negotiated, deals are ready for implementation, but it's dependent upon 2022's budget. So that's plays part in it, of course. But I think more importantly, George, it's around sense of urgency and timing. We're seeing now with Omicron and COVID again, the new variant, mandates all over the US. The phone's ringing off the hook. I mean, it's check vax, COVID testings, integrations, proof of verification of testing, and of course, vaccination protocols and whatnot. So everything we have is very relevant. Qples is exploding. It couldn't be going any better now that we're fully integrated. Pass Creator, you see Pass Wallet, we've had more huge adoption of that app as well. And then with today, Passworks. Oh, and by the way, we just signed a fulfillment deal with Amazon to take care of all of our inventory and hardware distribution for next year, as well as the Amazon seller network. So we're full steam ahead. Things are going.
It's amazing. Things are going so well that we're going to talk about Amazon second today. Think about that to put into context.
Well, I think one thing, George, is people are just starting to see, quarter after quarter of revenue increase, the realization of revenue. We're going to see a multiple of this throughout 2022. As I said, the snowball's just starting to go down the hill here. I don't think our shareholders really have any idea what they've invested into, but I can guarantee you one thing: in 2022, they will understand.
So let's talk about the first press release, which went out today. FOBI signs LOI to acquire Password, a Portugal-based leading European digital wallet and mobile marketing company with tier 1 global clients. Two things. First, this is the third acquisition in 2021 in this space. What are you seeing? Why is that you're jumping all over this? Pardon me, Rob.
But it's very simple. I go back to early COVID. Back in 2019, I guess it was. I started to look at the wallet as being a way to gain a unique and consistent ID. What I didn't quite realize was, after speaking with our federal government in Canada, was their agenda around digital identity and the wallet. And as we've seen here with COVID, as this is unfolded now, everything is about QR code, everything is about a verified credential and health passport. So for us, when we started to work with Pass Creator, after seeing the realization as to where things were going to go and mandated to go, it was a no-brainer. When I start to look at these businesses further, they're all sort of niche, 3 to 4 person entities. They're all cash flow positive, but they all realize now, much like Passworks, they want to be part of something bigger. They've got the Pass, which is an activation channel, as I see it. It's what do you do with that from a data perspective, right? How do we create this real-time activation, engagement, messaging, proof of verification, whatever that is? It's the output. The output is the real value. That's why we've been aggressively consolidating the industry. We're not done yet. There's others in the space that we're aggressively pursuing as well. We fully intend to own the market.
What does it say about, and I'm going to talk about, but if you one acquisition, okay, two, but the third one says, all right, the industry has a high degree of confidence in FOBI, because they're essentially saying, all right, you're the roll-up guys now. Because one, like I said, one can be isolated, it's a good opportunity, you grab it, who doesn't? Two, but three is a pattern now. What is it about FOBI that gives GeorgeCom wallet and all these other wallet companies, digital wallet companies, say, all right, I want to join the FOBI, the FOBI family?
Well, it's 3 parts. It's one, government driven, whether you like it or not, it's not going away. 2, it's commerce driven. It's the fintech, it's the banking sector that's approaching us now. And 3, it's CPG retail driven, right? The other one I would add, 4, eventually, as we'll see a lot more next year, it's the digital coupon, 8112, the Coupon Bureau. I made that statement that our biggest revenues in 2022 will come as a result of Coupons and the Coupon Bureau integration partnership that we have. So those who own the customer own the gold, as they say, right? For us, this is writing was on the wall. If anyone believes that the world isn't going digital and mobile first, then go back and research the internet, right? Everything is mobile. Every dollar that's being spent and looking at being deployed next year is 100% mobile first. And that's why Coupons was the perfect timing for us, as we're going to see accelerated growth from them. And with our integration with the Coupon Bureau and 8112, of course, the CPG activations, as we'll discuss here, I'm sure, it's the matrix, right?
Why you had the stock symbol in the first place.
It is. And when I see opportunity, I jump. I mean, it's the same side of big data and artificial intelligence, all these things that, you can either make shit happen, as they say, you can watch shit happen, or you can wonder what the F happened. We fully intend to be making shit happen. And that's part of what we do. And for me, I don't really care about third-party public opinion. we're very focused on executing our strategy and game plan. And as I said, I don't think people truly understand or appreciate what they've invested into, but I can assure you in early 2022, that's going to change very quickly.
I think they've got an idea in terms of your level of confidence and what they see, everything keeps adding up, but you're right. The big picture is still hard for most of us to completely see, but I'm looking forward to you telling us that we're actually we're gonna see the big unveil. These acquisitions, PassWallet, when you made it, the month before you guys closed acquisition, they grew by 1.2 million new downloads. And now PassWorks has Catalina, Wonderman Thompson, and Hugo Boss as clients. So these aren't small, even though you said earlier some of these are 3 or 4 man shops. These companies are really significant. How was PassWorks? What is about PassWorks that attracted global level companies like these as clients?
Well, they've got tremendous UI and UX. I mean, the experience is great. The interface is fantastic. And it's ease of use and support. You know, business is about relationships, right? You got to become the trusted vendor. Why I started with Pass Creator, they're 9 years experience in the industry, right? They're behind Apple Pay and Google Pay, there's Pass Creator, right? Trust is a hard thing to build, you know, with a lot of these large companies, of course, you know, and PassWorks has done a fantastic job of educating the market as to the direction of where they're going. That's why they partnered with the giants and Catalina and Wonderman and Hugo Boss, the deployment across dozens of countries now. For us, it gives a very solid operation. This isn't an asset purchase. This is 100% share purchase acquisition. So this will give us operations now, further operations in Europe, with another headquartered office base out of Portugal.
What I find very interesting is that Catalina or Wonderman Thompson are big media companies, media agencies. So how do you see cross-selling potential with them? Like I can see it with Hugo Boss, but explain to everyone how you have potential cross-selling opportunities to drive the business further with clients like that.
George, this is where I would say channel, right? They own all of the clients, right? They have all the marketing dollars on the Rolodex. So when a new product like ours comes along, they're all looking for activation channels to deploy their budgets, of course. But most importantly, they're looking for measurement and attribution. At the end of the day, it always comes back to the data, right? So the ability for us to give them very robust analytics and insights around their activation, around who their actual product customer is that's buying their product. These are things that don't exist today. Real-time measurement in the CPG advertising space doesn't exist. Believe it or not, that's why the excitement.
No, I wouldn't have known a year ago, but ever since we met, yeah, it's clear as day that that's the case. So do you see the possibility of, you know, they've got, like you said, they got extensive Rolodexes. They work with big brands, they've got big budgets, and their job, for people who don't know this, is to deploy. So, you know, Agoracom goes to Wonderman Thompson, says, hey, I want to spend $1 million in the UK. My goal is to acquire new users of our new app, and then they go find ways to get it done. That's their job, right? So they've got a lot of clients. Do you see the possibility of you guys picking up the phone and saying, hey, we're FOBI, we want to get into some of those budgets, more so than you've already there with PassWorks?
No, we don't need to pick up the phone. They're calling us. I mean, this is the beauty about, this is the beautiful thing about the agency model. And this is why Pass Creators becoming so successful. They spend early days building relationships, educating the agencies. They don't need to have 500-person sales force, right? They don't need it. The agency already has all of the customer base. So it's providing value, it's providing measurement, and it's a tool that is a point of transition, if you will, around customer acquisition, as you mentioned. It's the biggest expense anyone has, right? Gaining a customer, right? Then understanding how do we create personalization, as everyone talks about nowadays, right? You don't have that ability unless you have the transaction and SKU data. So our ability to provide all of that real-time measurement and insight and segmentation of the data, extremely, extremely valuable. And this is where we're going to see such big growth here in 2022.
And is that why, you know, given, I guess agencies are a little bit worried, not worried, but they've got to be aware of the fact that this brand new channel is really gaining traction around the world, and they better be a part of it or they might lose it. So is that the strategy where you're acquiring, you know, in Europe, in North America, you're acquiring these wallet pass companies all over the world, so that you can give them options?
Yeah, these businesses, as I said, they're undervalued to me assets. They're all cash flow positive, right? Now it's the same side for us. Wonderman, Catalina, pick one. How do we further advance that revenue by plugging in what we do today? That's why we've seen, you know, growth, and we will next year as well for Pass Creator, for Cupils, for Pass Wallet. It's because 1 + 1 = 10, right? You've got the activation, you've got the data, the measurement. Now plug in a Wonderman's, a Catalina, or whomever it may be. You've got full circle here.
Let's move on to, amazingly, the Amazon. We're talking about that second, right? If you can believe that. And the headline, for people who didn't see it, FOBI announces signing of Amazon fulfillment and business seller agreement. So there are two parts of this. There's a distribution fulfillment, and there's the Amazon business seller. The fulfillment, I think we can kind of, you know, most of us can kind of gather. Maybe let's cover that a little bit, and why that's so important, especially in this world of supply chain complete disruption.
We're expected to see 5 to 7 years of disruption in supply chain. So for me, when I look at, I'm always looking at what are my risk factors, right? As I've stated in some other shareholder interviews and stuff we've done, staffing was the biggest risk factor for us. Voila, now you see it. Each and every CEO I talk to, biggest complaint about their business, I can't find staff. Can't find staff, and the cost of staff is 40 to 50% higher than it was 2 years ago, right? So I'm always working ahead as to what are potential stumbling blocks. The minute that we secured our chips for our new 3.0 FOBI device, and I started to look at supply and inventory distribution. We're not set up to ship tens of thousands of devices. Picked up the phone, here we go, right? Now we've partnered with the largest logistics and distribution company globally. Everything we do will go from factory to regional warehouse and be shipped by Amazon Prime to our customers. So one less thing off our plate. Obviously, the security of what Amazon brings from the partnership in AWS, it's been fantastic working with them, and it's a huge deal for us to secure that. It takes one other risk element off the plate and enables us to focus on simply manufacture and sell.
The second part is probably the one that interests shareholders maybe a little bit more, the Amazon business seller, which if I read from the press release, FOBI immediately reaches over 5 million business customers in 9 countries and can generate revenue through hardware products and services sold on Amazon Business. So talk to us a little bit about how that works. Is Amazon involved in that? Are they helping you market that to the customers, or do you just have access to the marketplace and you go in and start making it happen? How does that work, and what are the prospects for some growth look like out of that channel?
Well, it's huge for us because the same side, all the businesses that they deal with, where do they go to look for answers to their problems, right? It's a marketplace, so it's full of products and solutions that they're looking for. It won't be FOBI. We've got many other product releases that are coming over the next quarter. So it'll be pretty stacked for us. It gives us huge opportunity to once again secure and develop and grow the channel partner distribution model, enabling technology and a service provider. That's what ultimately leads to top and bottom revenue. At the end of the day, keeps us very lean and agile. And like I said, to be that trusted partner or third-party validation, as you say, George, is a huge part of it for us. So,
can you expand on what you mean by it won't be FOBI, it'll be others? I know you can't be specific, but are you able to expand on that a little bit, or do we got to wait and see?
Yeah, we've got, I mean, we're constantly developing new products and innovation. So, I mean, there'll be other product releases. There'll be other partnership releases of integrated solutions that will be resold on there as well. Like I said, we're just starting here. And, you know, I know it's hard for people to remember that we're still year 2 from all that we've done. But, you know, we are truly just starting, as I said.
And normally it'd be year 2, and here we are December the 8th. So I'd be saying, hey, Rob, or hey, client, why don't we wish everybody at home happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, because we probably won't see you again. You're probably done for the month. But is it, you know, should we assume we're going to see you again? Because you're saying you're not done yet.
We're not done. We're never done. Like I said, we're just starting. Like I said, for me, you know, there's no such thing for me as sit back and just watch things unfold, right? It's just not me. And our team is very, very focused on execution and delivery. And that's what we intend to do right down to the wire here. So you will see me again. I think we're going to surprise a few people as well as to some of the other releases that'll come up in coming weeks ahead of the Christmas break. Like I said, we're just starting, George. It's going to be a fun ride here.
Rob, thanks for joining us. I know how busy you are because when we try and schedule these interviews, you have these tiny windows that you got to fit us into. So I appreciate it, but more importantly, everybody at home appreciates that you take the time to talk about these in a little more context. I don't think you do that with anybody else. So that's great that we're able to do that here and really help everybody. Can't wait to have you back, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry about the sunshine. It's a break between the snow from the other day, so it's actually nice.
Well, look, if you have time, talk to your CFO and put in a request for curtains or something. If you guys can afford it, put in a request for curtains. But don't worry about that. That means it's bright and early over there, and love having you, man.
Hey, George, you have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.
To everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening by podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. To Rob Anson, CEO of FOBI AI, trades in Canada under FOBI. For our friends in the US, FOBIF. For those new to the story, get to their Agoracom profile so you can get a good 1,000-foot overview of this company, because the great news is it's cutting edge, new technology, creating new markets and new channels, but that also means it's new. And it's not something everyone understands. We're not selling widgets here. So get there for your 1,000-foot view. And then once you're comfortable with that, link right over to the FOBI website, do your deep dive due diligence. If you believe in wallet pass technology, if you believe in artificial intelligence and real-time data analytics and where e-commerce is going and where retail is going, then you've got to take a close look at FOBI. Just don't say 12 months from now that we didn't tell you so. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time. Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and then leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel so you don't ever miss another great Agoracom small cap video.